Hello, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. We're going to take a deep dive into the realms of the tabletop role playing games. Today, we're counting the top 10 games you must play in 2024. So, this is going to be, what some of my accounts here for you, kind of my 2 cents. But these are games I think that everyone should definitely look at playing and see for themselves just how good these games are. So we're going to start off at number 10 with Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay. Now, some background on this is that the creators of Warhammer Fantasy RP or WFRP were the first developed by Games Workshop and published by Games Workshop, and later the license was picked up by Cubicle 7 Entertainment. And first edition was released in 1986, followed by subsequent editions. Cubicle 7 released the fourth edition in 2018. Now, the setting for this is a kind of a dark and gritty type of background. The game is known for its grim atmosphere, chaos, corruption, and detailed and expansive lore. Now, Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay uses a percentile-based system. Most actions are resolved by rolling percentile dice and comparing the results to the character's skill or characteristics. The character creation is a point-by system. Players can distribute points among various characteristics and skills. Careers or professions add additional depth to the background for these characters. One of the defining features is the career system. Characters progress through a series of careers during their adventuring life, getting skills and characteristics based on their chosen path. The progress with the career system is through a series of careers representing their occupation and life experiences. This adds a depth of flavor and a bunch of character development. Now, the presence of chaos is a persuasive theme. Characters may face corruption and mutation, adding an element of risk and unpredictability to the game. Low magic is rare in the Warhammer fantasy setting. Wizards risk attracting the attention of chaos, and to use the magic can have unpredictable consequences. Warhammer's fantasy roleplay features a critical hit and fumble system. Depending on the severity of the success or failure, players may experience dramatic and memorable outcomes. The game features a alignment system with characters having alignments like lawful, neutral, or chaotic. This influences their worldview and interactions. The Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay is celebrated for its immersive setting, detailed character development through careers, and the system that captures the grim and perilous nature of the Warhammer fantasy world. This game, where survival is dependent on wit, strategy, and a bit of luck, in a world teetering on the brink of chaos. The next game we're going to be looking at here is Shadowrun. Yes, and I can already hear a few people going, ooh, but overall, the majority of the Shadowrun is not that bad. So its background, the creators by Jordan Weissman and published by FASA Corporation. The first edition was released in 1989. Shadowrun is a cyberpunk fantasy role-playing that blend elements of high-tech cybernetics, magic, and fantasy creatures. The game is set in the dystopian future where megacorporations control vast swaths of the world, and magic has returned, awakening elves, dwarves, and other fantastical beings. Now, the Shadowrun runs on a dice pool system, a dice pool of d6s for resolution. The number of dice in the pool is determined by the character's attributes, skills, and other modifiers. Hits are counted on a roll of a 5 or 6. Now, the attributes of characters have both physical and mental attributes, such as strength, intelligence, and charisma. For the skills, the characters possess various skills from hacking to firearms to spellcasting, even melee combat. The game seamlessly integrates high-tech elements like hacking into cyberspace and advanced weaponry with traditional fantasy elements like magic and awakened creatures. Shadowrun uniquely combines the cyberpunk and fantasy genres. In a world where hackers, street samurais coexist with elves, dragons, and powerful mages. Now, the megacorps are powerful corporations that dominate the world, often acting as de facto governments. Shadowrunners often find themselves entangled in the machinations of these megacorporations. Now, going back with the magic and a little bit of the magic and technology here, the magic has returned to the world, allowing characters to wield spells, summon spirits, and engage in astral projection. Cybernetic enhancements and advanced technology also play a significant role. Players take on the roles of shadow hunters or shadow runners, mercenaries, and operatives hired for covert missions. These missions can range from corporate espionage and theft to dealing with supernatural threats. The first edition, once again, was released in 1989 with the introduction of the unique fusion of cyberpunk and fantasy elements. The fifth edition, the latest edition, released in 2013 by Catalyst Game Labs, refines and expands the rules. It includes updates to technology, magic, and the overall setting. The Shadowrun is a standout in the world of TTRPGs due to its unique genre fusion. It offers a rich setting which characters navigate the complexities of a dystopian future. Combined advanced technology with ancient magic and the game's focus on shadowrunning missions, corporate intrigue, and the class of magics and cybernetics, creating a dynamic and engaging experience for players. The next one has been around quite a long time also. Oh, yes, Call of Cthulhu, where your insanity will be taken into consideration. We're going to delve into the eldritch horrors of the Call of Cthulhu based on the works of H.P. Lovecraft. This TTRPG takes you into a spine-chilling journey of investigation, mysteries, and encounters with ancient and cosmic entities. If you're a fan of horror and the unknown, Call of Cthulhu is experienced like none other. So some of the background, this was released in 1981 by Chaosium. Inspired by the cosmic horror stories of H.P. Lovecraft, the game immerses players in a world filled with eldritch horrors, forbidden knowledge, and the fragility of the human mind. The game is set in the 1920s and later expanded to cover different eras. Investigators confront supernatural horrors and often struggle against insanity and limitations of the human psyche. Call of Cthulhu employs a percentile-based system. Actions are resolved by rolling percentile dice, or D100, attempting to roll equal to or under the character's skill level. Characters have characteristics such as strength and intelligence and various skills representing their abilities and expertise. The sanity mechanic is one of the most unique features of the system. Exposure to the horrors of the mythos can lead to sanity loss. If a character sanity drops too low, they may suffer a mental breakdown and go permanently insane. Players encounter otherworldly entities with the Lovecraft Cthulhu mythos, including great old ones, cosmic horrors, and cults that worship them. Initial setting in the 1920s, the game once again was expanded to cover historical periods from ancient times to the modern era. The first edition was once again released in 1981 and established the foundation for the system and setting. The seventh edition, or the latest edition, released in 2014, refines and updates the rules. It introduces improvements to character creation, combat, and the sanity system. The Call of Cthulhu stands as a classic in horror games, providing an immersive and chilling experience for players. Its commitment to Lovecraftian themes, emphasis on investigation, and the ever present that of sanity, making it a unique and endearing tabletop game that continues to captivate players seeking a cosmic horror experience. Now, that being said, as you can see, some of these are, very derivative from the H.G. Lovecraft. And the next game we are going to talk about is, of course, you can see, Blades in the Dark. Stealth, intrigue, and supernatural element defined our next pick, Blades in the Dark. This tabletop role-playing game places you in a city of shadows where you and your crew undertake daring heists in a world filled with ghosts with and supernatural powers. Get ready for a thrilling narrative experience. Narrative-driven system with a dice pool mechanic background. Creators: The Blades of Dark was created by John Hopper and published by Evil Hat Productions in 2017. The game is set in a dark industrial fantasy city called Duskval. It is a heavy with the heavy influences of Victorian steampunk aesthetics. Blades in the Darkness immerses players in a world of criminal enterprises, supernatural threats, and a city plagued by darkness and corruption. Blades in the Dark is narrative driven, used a pool of six-sided dice. A game employs a position and effect system where the game master determines the difficulty, position, and potential impact of the effect or the action. Criminal underworld. Now, Blades in the Dark centers around criminal enterprises. Players form crews of scoundrels engaging in heist, smuggling, and other illicit activities in the shadows of the city. The game places a significant focus on planning and executing heists. The narrative is structured around the heist scores, where players navigate obstacles, confront challenges, and reap rewards. The city of Duskeville is a character in itself. With a dark and gritty atmosphere, it features supernatural elements, including ghosts and arcane artifacts. Between scores, characters engage in downtime activities such as recovering from injuries, training, or indulging in vices. This adds depth to the characters in the world. Characters accumulate stress during intense situations. If stress reaches a certain level, it can lead to trauma, impacting the character's mental state. The first edition was released in 2017 and introduced the innovative system and the dark industrial setting of Duskfall. The system has been made available under the Creative Commons license, allowing for community-created content and hacks. Blades in the Dark is celebrated for its innovative narrative mechanics, allowing players to engage in dynamic heists and criminal enterprises. Its unique setting, Duskfall, and the emphasis on storytelling make it a standout choice for those seeking a cinematic and immersive tabletop role-play experience in the world of shadows and intrigue. Now shifting gears to a fast-paced action, we have Savage Worlds, known for its flexibility and speed. This system can adapt to various genres from classic fantasy to pulp adventures and beyond. If you're looking for a dynamic and energetic gameplay experience, Savage Worlds has you covered. Now, the creators of Savage Worlds were what was created by Shane Lacey Hensley and first published by Pinnacle Entertainment Group in 2003. Savage Worlds is a generic system designed to accommodate a wide range of genres. The Savage World system itself has been used for the basis of various settings and campaigns, including Deadlands, The Last Parsec, Rippers, and even Rifts. Shadowrun Savage Worlds uses a unique and fast-paced system. The core resolution mechanic involves rolling a variable size dice known as the wild dice, usually a d6. In addition to a fixed size dice based on character skills or attributes, the goal is to meet or exceed a target number, often 4. Characters have attributes such as strength and smarts. Skills are determined their effectiveness on various tasks. The uh, game uses a system called bennies, or some people call them benefits, which are tokens that players can use to reroll die, soak damage, or influence a narrative. This adds a dynamic element to player agency. The system is designed to be a fast-paced and easy to learn, emphasizing action and excitement. Edges and hindrances, or advantages and disadvantages, add depth to the personalities and capabilities of each character. The system does include a concept of exploding dice, where rolling the maximum result on a dice allows for a reroll and potential additional success. The system includes rules for mass battles, included for epic conflicts involving armies and large groups of combats. The first edition, once again, was released in 2003. It introduced the core rules and system. The second edition, known as Savage Worlds Deluxe, was released in 2011, refining and expanding the rules. Suede, or the Savage World Adventures Edition, released in 2019, further refined the rules and introduced updates based on years of feedback and playtesting. Savage Worlds is praised for its versatility and accessibility, making it a favorite among game masters who enjoy running campaigns in various games. The system simplicity, combined with its focus on action and player agency, has contributed to the enduring popularity of this tabletop role-playing game. Now, bringing us now into the world of mutants and anthropomorphic heroes and extraterrestrial beings coexisting in the universe of boundless possibility. That's right. We're looking at TMNT and other strangeness. And this is also going to be coupled with After the Bomb as its next set, I guess, above and beyond. So the creators were, of course, Kevin Sabita, and published by Palladium Books. The game is set in a world where anthropomorphic animals, mutants, and aliens coexist. It's heavily inspired by the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle comic book series created by Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird. TMNT and Other Strangeness uses the Palladium Mega Universal system, common with many Palladium books. The core resolution involves rolling a 20-sided dice and consulting a table to determine the outcome of the action. The system uses a combination of attributes, skills, and bonuses to determine success or failure. The game offers detailed character creation, allowing players to create not only the anthropomorphic animals, but also mutants, robots, and even alien characters. It provides various options for species, mutations, and skills. The system features a mega damage concept where certain characters and weapons deal damage on a much larger scale than standard damage. The players can create characters ranging from humanoid animals like turtles, cats, to mutants with unique abilities, robots, and once again, those extraterrestrial beings. The game allows characters to become powerful heroes capable of facing both human and supernatural threats. As characters progress, they gain new abilities and powers. Characters have access to natural animal abilities such as enhanced distance or agility. Mutations and other special training further enhance their capabilities. Palladium Megaversal system allows for easy integration with other Palladium book settings, creating a mega universe where characters can travel between different worlds and dimensions. TMNT and Other Strangeness was first released in 1985, introducing a unique fusion of the anthropomorphic characters and superhero elements. Subsequent editions and source books expanded on the original rules, providing additional options, creatures, and settings. Palladium Megaversal system has been used in various other games. Palladium community has been very active, and the TMNT and Other Strangeness has generated a dedicated fan base. The system's flexibility allows for creative homebrew content and adaptations from different genres. I should also bring up that about a month or so ago, that Palladium did uh, come out and had a successful Kickstarter for a updated version of this. So definitely make sure you're keeping an eye on that because hopefully it will soon be hitting your local game stores everywhere. Now, TMNT and Other Strangeness stands out as a unique TTRPG that blends superhero elements with anthropomorphic characters. Its creativity and flexibility in character creation, coupled with the integration of the Palladium Megaversal system, make it a distinctive and engaging game for those who enjoy a quirky and diverse world of heroes and mutants. Now, next we're going to go to another kind of a generic system of index card RPG or ICRPG. This is also another one of those that is a generic system, but you can run several different things within it. The index RPG uses a 20-sided dice as the primary resolution mechanic. Characters are created using a simple point buy system for stats and setting a class. Classes are broad archetypes and provide flexibility. The game is known for its emphasis on speed and simplicity, both in character creation and gameplay. The ICRPG is designed to be fast-paced with streamlined rules, along with its leveling up system being slightly different. Its approach is more to the milestone type advancements where you get additional skills or even equipment. The game encourages a DIY approach, allowing game masters to easily adapt and create their own monsters and settings. A unique room design approach simplifies encounter creation. Each challenge is considered a room, providing a framework for dynamic and engaging scenes. Character uses effort to enhance their actions, adding a resource management aspect. Loot is simplified into loot dice, providing a straightforward system for acquiring and using gear. The Index Card RPG provides rules for combat and challenges and places strong emphasis on narrative and storytelling, allowing players to contribute significantly to the unfolding story. ICRPG Core, the core rulebook, provides the foundation for the system and focused on fantasy setting. ICRPG Rules is an expansion and introduce various genres, including sci-fi, superhero, and more. This includes additional tools and advice for game masters. Vigilante City is a specific supplement for the superhero gaming, expanding the superhero ICRPG system to accommodate that game. Now, online, ICRPG has a strong community where players and game masters share their creations, hacks, and experiences. The DIY ethos is reflected in the collaborative efforts of the community and expand and adapt the system. In conclusion, Index Card RPG is an excellent choice for both experienced and new players. And I would also add that it is also great for new GMs to kind of get their feet wet. So, that being said, our next game is those who've been around me long enough have heard me speak its good graces and speak of it and talk about it a lot. Yes, my friends, we are talking about Exalted. Leveling the power scale, is definitely elevating that power scale. In this TTRPG, you won't You don't play as characters, you embody demigod like beings with incredible abilities and destinies. If you crave a high powered epic experience, Exalted is your gateway to godly adventure. Now, Exalted was created by White Wolf Publishing, first released in 2001. The setting is set in a high fantasy world called Creation, where players take on roles of powerful beings known as Exalted. The setting is rich with diverse cultures, ancient powers, and deep mythology. Exalted uses the storyteller system developed by White Wolf Publishing, and the system's primarily involves rolling 10-sided dice in pools, which each dice showing a success if it meets or exceeds a target number. The number of dice in the pool is determined by the character's attributes and abilities. Characters have a set of attributes such as strength and intelligence, and abilities such as skills and powers that define their capability. The exalted types are different types of exalted in the setting with unique powers and themes. Sonar, Lunar, Dragon Blooded are among the primary exalted types, each chosen by the gods for specific destinies. Different game features that go into this is more along the lines of a martial arts and sorcery archetype, adding a depth of diversity into the game's power system. The Wild and Other Realms setting included other realms such as the Wild, a chaotic dimension, Yulshong, the city of the gods, and the underworld. Characters may traverse these realms as part of their quest. Politics and intrigue. In addition to epic adventures, Exalted includes elements of political intrigue, as an Exalted navigates the complex relationships between nations and supernatural factions. A little history on this. In 2001, the initial setting and system were introduced. The second edition was released in 2006. It refined and expanded some of the rules. It addressed certain issues from the first edition and introduced additional content. The third edition, which was released in 2016, this edition aimed to streamline the system, provide clear rules, and updated the setting. It builds with the strengths of the previous editions while making the game more accessible. Exalted stands out for its high fantasy setting, epic storytelling, and system that accommodates powerful characters with diverse abilities. The game's emphasis on mythical journeys, political intrigue, and complex relationships between gods and mortals creates a unique and immersive TTRPG experience. Now, coming from Exalted, we go into something a little more charming. That's right, we're taking a charming term into Mouse Guard. That's right. Based on the graphic novels by David Peterson, this TTRPG casts you as an anthropomorphic mice defending their communities. It's a unique blend of fantasy and strategy that brings fresh perspective to the tabletop. Mouse Guard is a TTRPG created by Luke Crane and David Peterson. The game is based on David Peterson's graphic novel series of the same name. The game is set in a medieval world inhabited by anthropomorphic mice. It features a unique blend of fantasy and adventure, with mice living in complex societies and facing natural and supernatural threats. Mouse Guard uses a modified version of the Burning Wheel system, designed by Luke Crane. The core resolution involves rolling a pool of dice, d6, looking for successes known as a success roll between a 4 and 6. The number of dice in the pool is determined by the character's relevant abilities. Nature stat. One distinctive feature is the nature stat, representing a character's innate mouse-like abilities and instincts. Players can tap into their nature to improve their chances in challenging situations. Character in Mouse Guard have beliefs, instincts, and goals which help define their personalities and motivations. Players are rewarded for playing in accordance with these traits. Now, there are a few key features with this. The players take on roles of members of the Mouse Guard, the organization tasked with protecting mouse territories and various threats, including predators, weather, and other mice. The game focuses on territories controlled by the Mouse Guard, and characters are often involved in missions to explore, defend, and maintain these territories. Seasonal structures. The game allows for seasonal structure, reflecting the changes and challenges and tasks that mice face throughout the year. Each season brings new obstacles and adventures. Characters advance by earning experience points known as checks through role playing and achieving goals. These checks can be used to improve skills or other character attributes. Now, natural elements play a significant role in changing seasons' effect to travel and survival. Characters must contend with harsh realities of weather and the animal kingdom. Mouse Guard is celebrated for its unique setting, focused on the lives of mice in a prodigious world. The game emphasizes on storytelling, character development, and challenges of the natural world, creates a distinct and engaging tabletop experience. It's particularly well suited for players who enjoy narrative-driven games and exploring the intricacies of characters, beliefs, and instincts in the face of adversity. Now we enter our final entry. Dark Heresy is a tabletop role-playing game set in the Warhammer 40K universe. It was developed by Black Industries, a subsidiary of Games Workshop. The game is set in the grim and dark future of the 41st millennium, a universe characterized by totalitarian regimes, constant warfare, and pervasive influence of malevolent forces of chaos. Players take the role as of agents of the Inquisition, tasked with rooting out heresy, corruption, alien threats within the Imperium of Man. Dark Heresy is a percentile-based system. Characteristics and skill tests involve rolling two 10-sided dice, D100, and with a goal of rolling under the character's relevant stat or skill value. Players create characters known as acolytes who serve the Inquisition. Character creation involves choosing a homeworld, background, and a role within the party, such as an adept, assassin, or arbiter. Degrees of success and failure was introduced as a concept into this system, providing a nuance to task resolution based on how much a role succeeds or fails by. Dark Heresy faithfully captures the grim and gothic dystopian setting of Warhammer 40K universe, where the humanity is besieged on all sides by alien species, heretical cults, and demonic entities, I should say. Inquisition investigations. Players take the role, once again, as acolytes serving an inquisitor. It involves investigation, combat, and dealing with moral and ethical dilemmas in service of the Imperium. The game introduced the insidious influence of chaos. Characters must navigate a constant threat of corruption from forces from the warp. Some players may choose to have their characters possess psychic abilities, which come from both great power and potential of catastrophic consequences. Dark Heresy incorporates elements of forbidden knowledge and dark rituals, reflecting on themes of secrecy, danger, pervasive in the 40K universe. The first edition was originally released in 2008 and laid the foundation for the system. The second edition, released in 2014 by Fantasy Flight Games, a second edition refined and expanded the rules. It included new character creation options and updated mechanics. Dark Heresy stands as a unique and atmospheric tabletop role-playing game, immersing players in dark and brutal world of Warhammer 40K. It focuses on investigation, moral quandaries, and constant threat of chaos. Corruption makes it a compelling experience for those who relish the grim and perilous nature of the 41st millennium. And there you have it. The top games to play in 2024. Whether you're into fantasy, superhero, horror fantasy, or grim tabletop world, there's a tabletop game waiting for you. If you enjoyed this countdown, don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell and stay tuned and updated on all things tabletop. Until next time, happy gaming.